Hi there, I am Raluca and I'm so excited for today's video because there's a new launch from L'Oreal. I think I have no idea what's up with this product. I just have seen some commercials. It's the L'Oreal Infallible 32-hour fresh wear foundation. You probably know the 24-hour fresh wear foundation. Like, that's one of my favorite foundations ever. Like ever, not just drugstore. I have no idea what's up with this one. I don't know if they're discontinuing the 24-hour and they just replace it with this one, or if it's like another foundation or maybe an improved one. I don't know. Thing is, I have not seen any reviews on this one. I don't know why. If I type on YouTube the L'Oreal Infallible 32-hour fresh wear foundation, I just find reviews for the 24-hour. So I'm confused, but we're going to test out this product today and I'm going to do a wear test. It's 11 a.m. at the moment, so I think I'm going to wear this for about 9 hours and we'll see how it goes. I'm really excited. They say that all day luminous vitamin C. It has vitamin C, that's interesting. It has SPF 25. I'm just so confused about this kind of a branding because, like, who wears their foundation for 32 hours? Like, let's be honest. I'm not going to do a 32 hours wear test because I can't possibly stay awake for that long and I won't sleep with my makeup on, and you shouldn't do that ever. We're just going to do a regular full work day makeup test. Like, most of us wear the makeup for 9, 10 hours, 12 maybe. But 32, that's intense. I hope I picked my shade right. I remember this 140 shade being my shade in the 24-hour version. So this is called Golden Beige. It sounds about right. It sounds like it has a yellow undertone, which is what I have. Okay, so my skin is prepped. I just did my morning skincare and I applied my sunscreen. I won't apply any additional primer today. I just want to see how the foundation performs on its own. We're going to just test it out over my sunscreen. That's like an everyday kind of a situation for me. I'm going to shake it up a little bit. It seems pretty liquidy. I usually just blend my foundations with the sponge, but for the sake of this review I'm going to do one side with the sponge. This is the Real Techniques sponge, the one that I usually use. On the other side I'm going to use the Real Techniques Expert face brush. We're going to see how it performs with the brush as well, although I don't usually go for the brush. Not that I don't like the finish, but like, I feel like it's so unsatisfying, the process of blending with the brush. I just don't like it. Let's see the texture. It's brand new. Okay, so it seems pretty thin, but like not liquidy kind of thin. Yeah, it's pretty thin. I really like the consistency. On my hand it looks a little bit darker, but it might be right for my face. Hope so. It seems to dry down, especially on my hand. It seems to dry down to a kind of almost not matte, but like that kind of a transfer proof finish. Kind of oxidizes a little bit. You know how the double wear foundation does, for example. So it's a pretty natural finish, not really matte but not dewy either. Since it seems to dry pretty fast, I'm just going to apply it and blend it right away. Yeah, the shade is a tiny bit too dark. Okay, we're going to work with it. I like the fact that you can apply just half a pump if you want. So if you don't press it down all the way, you can just apply how much you want to. You don't have to squeeze out a full pump. And this oxidizes, by the way. I can see it oxidizing. So so when it oxidizes, the shade looks a little bit dark, but again I'm going to blend down my neck. Apparently I have to use that self-tanner again. At first I wanted to pick even a darker shade, because like you can see in the glass bottle it looks lighter somehow. They usually don't have testers at the drugstore in Romania, so so you can see here one side done and one side natural. The coverage is medium, I'd say. It did kind of cover up my freckles though, and I didn't apply too much. But since I applied like half pumps, I don't know how many pumps I use. Probably like a 1.5 pumps or like a full pump. I do like the finish. Again, it's pretty natural, not dewy, not matte. They do market it as transfer proof, and I can see that it's that kind of a foundation that really dries down. I don't think I'm going to set it. You can set it, of course, but I usually don't set my foundation, especially if it's this kind of a transfer proof finish. I don't think I have to set it. I do have a dry to combo skin, combo to dry. Yeah, the coverage is actually medium to high, I'd say, if I look up close. I don't apply foundation around my eyes. I only apply concealer around this area, so I just apply it up to here. Let me zoom you a little bit closer. This is a really close up on my skin. You can see it still reflects a little bit of light, but not too much. It's a luminous, natural finish somehow. Really, really love that. Beautiful finish. This is my natural skin without it. And I feel like this side is even a little bit shinier. So it does tone down a little bit of that shine. Let's see the brush side. I feel like I'm not going to like this, especially with the foundation that I wouldn't call this matte, but it's not dewy either. So with a foundation that's not dewy, especially, I do prefer the sponge because the humidity in the sponge adds more hydration to my skin somehow. So the brush is like feels really dry. So let's see how this blends. I'm going to press the pump. I'm going to press it all the way so I can see how much I need for half of my face. I did apply full pump and this is more than enough. So like 2 pumps for my entire face is more than enough. And I'm gonna start doing little stamping motions. I'm not going to drag the product around. The brush does not absorb any of the product, so it kind of looks like it has more coverage on this side. I think I applied a little bit too much. I feel like a full pump is a little bit too much for the brush application. But the finish is beautiful on this side as well. I do prefer the sponge though. I do feel, especially around my nose area and stuff, I feel like there's too much product building up. So I'll just take the sponge to absorb some of that. On the brush side, the shade looks a little bit off because of the amount of product that's on my face. I should have applied less, but I'm just not used to using a brush. On the brush side, I'm pretty sure you cannot see it on camera because I just squeezed my face into my mirror to notice the fact that it looks a little bit drier. So somehow it clinged onto dry patches that I just did not know I had. So the sponge is life-changing. So it's now 11:30. I'm just going to go and finish up my makeup. I don't know if I'm going to set. I think I'm just going to set like the center of my face with a light coat of translucent powder. Anyways, I'll see you after I finish up my makeup to, I don't know, just tell you if anything weird happened, like how products build up on top of this and whatnot. And then we're going to wear this for as many hours as I possibly can. Okay, so I did finish up my makeup and everything laid beautifully on top. I just set my nose area and around here, like the center of my face, my smile lines, and a tiny bit of powder here. But like, I feel like this is matte enough on its own. Like I wouldn't call it completely matte, but it's like a luminous matte somehow. But like a first impressions, I wouldn't recommend this for someone that has really dry skin. At least moisturize really well beforehand. But like this is looking beautiful and I feel like it looks really transfer proof, literally. Here is an area that I did not set and it still feels very transfer proof. Actually, let me do a little test. Let me see if it does transfer on a napkin because I'm curious. Okay, that's nice. So it does dry down and it kind of sets itself because I did not apply powder in this particular area. So like, That's nice. So it really does look like a really long-lasting formula, but we're going to see how it wears throughout the day. I will just be around the house. Yeah, not a very crazy wear test, but I want to work out and I hope I will get the time to work out. So yeah, we'll see how it lasts. So far this is really good. Looks like a really balanced foundation, not too drying, not too luminous. Like the only downside for now is the fact that it oxidizes a bit, so you have to get a shade that's slightly lighter. I feel like in this lighting it's so bright that it kind of looks like almost my right shade, but I did look in the bathroom and I look a little bit too dark compared to my chest. So yeah, I should have gotten I think like 2 shades lighter. I think I remembered, and in the 24-hour version I had the shade 130 and this is 140, so it's a little bit darker. But I don't think, like 130 probably would have been a little bit better, but I still don't think it would be perfect. Like I would need something even lighter than that because it oxidizes. I'm going to go on with my day and I'll see you later. Okay, it's currently 8:30 p.m. So I wore this look for 9 hours. This is how my skin is looking at the moment. I also worked out. Excuse the badges in the background. I have a little fading here because I wore my glasses. But other than that, I really love how everything is looking. Let me turn down the brightness a little bit. Really, my only complaint is the oxidation. Because like my face is looking way darker than it should look. But that can be fixed by picking a shade that's slightly lighter. Don't do like me and be fooled by the packaging, because if you look at the packaging and look at my skin, wow, the difference. I just looked at the glass bottle and I thought that this would match me, but it doesn't. And I realized that I did not discuss pricing. I paid, doing the conversion in my head, I paid like $15 for this, but it kind of depends on the retailer as well. I am really impressed with this product. I remember when I had the 24-hour version, I could get a little bit of creasing around my mouth after a few hours, but with this, like nothing's creasing. I do have a tiny bit of shine on my forehead, but I think that's because of the working out part, so it's a little bit of sweat there. But other than that, I'm just really happy with how everything is looking. I kind of like it more after a few hours, because like in the beginning it can look a tiny bit dry, so like when the oils peek through and everything settles, I kind of like it more than I do in the beginning. It's really long lasting. Like I want to do a wear test, side-by-side wear test with this and the double wear from Estee Lauder. I feel like that would be interesting because I feel like this has a similar formulation. It's not that thick or matte as the double wear, but it does last really well. I also saw an ad for this foundation compared. I think it was a double wear, but I'm not sure. I'm just sad that I will have to mix it with something lighter. If you follow me, you know that I always mix foundations, and it's not that I like it, I just can't get my right shade in almost anything. I will head out. I hope this video was useful if you were planning to get this. I'd say it's suitable for all the skin types, unless you're like really dry. So yeah, I feel like it's a very nice product. I do really like it. I'm going to wear it again, but I will have, like I said, to mix it with something lighter or get self-tan, which I don't know if I'm going to do that again. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're having an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!